Hello friends and YouTubers. This is Andy's free guitar video charts here for chart 49 and 50. Chart 50, yeah! This is a little look at chart 48 from our last lesson, which went fairly well. It was a little high-paced and I didn't get to explain. So this is picking up from where we were about the Lydian scale and even the Locrian. If we look right here, all right, I said the Lydian scale was an E shape, and it is, and it's encapsulated by the Phrygian C-shaped cage. The C shape that's the C diatonic and pentatonic, right? The Lydian is within that. Look here. The Lydian is within that cage. The only thing I didn't mention yesterday, which was fairly important because I was looking for it for a moment and I didn't see it. I saw the 5√3 here. And this Lydian would be in the same key as the key of this Phrygian, which would be the key of R here. It doesn't matter what it is. I like to work with C. I like to work with whatever is appropriate to work with. So R3, 5, R would be your C-shaped. This would then become, for most guitars, would become the fret nut. The fret nut. Boomers. Can't play below it except for the open strings become that. These guys. The C shape. And it's interesting how that C shape in the cage system that's just C, A, G shape, but it's actually A flat in my down 2-hole note tuned guitar. Speaking of guitar, let's turn on the piano. Now, the C shape has all of the diatonic note members available, but that's only because of the tuning warp that they're available, you know. So it's top string and bottom string or a repeat. I ran out of pattern there. My dog is kind of feisty, so that's why the C shape is cage is a good thing to start instead of saying, we could be in the key of A. If we were in the key of A and we wanted to play the A down here, right? Well, in your guitar it would be up here. The problem is the A shape does not have all notes accessible below the fret nut or the capo, or in this case my finger. These guys are not accessible. They be down here. Okay, so that's just a mention of why cage starts with C. Okay, but you can do it in any key. There's nothing that says you can't play in the key of A. You just can't play the A-shaped pentatonic normally the normal barred shaped pentatonic from there. And that would go back into a previous lesson, but it's important to be able to do that, to look and see where that pentatonic would be. And I do have the chart, not too many charts ago, right here. So these are the pentatonic stacks. This is the normal what people would play when they play the cage. That would be all of the cage would be taken from this stack. And look at the C. Remember our C-shaped. It has a long set of 2 on the bottom there, 3, 5, 6 root, and C would be the root of that second one. Okay. So there, C is the only one that can go all the way up the patterns, and then the warp would take this over. Okay. The tuning warp would take that over there, and that's why with the cage of C you can access all the diatonic notes. Can't do that with the others if you use the normal caged barred short pattern stack. Now you can do A. Here's your A. You would it starts on the 5th. Why is that? That's because when you play that A here, E, which should be the low note, of course it would be like this. I'd have to put a capo on. Here's A. Okay, the low note is E, and E is the 5th. That's why in a 6-string caged, in a 6-string capoed caged pentatonic scale in the key of A, you start the E, and E is then the 5th. It almost looks like half an E, with the half of it's going the right way, half of it's going the wrong way. All right, so what you would get then is the top of your S3S there. S3S, where's our little S3S? Well, now we don't have our S3S, but this is the S3S. Stack of 3 short there. Pentatonic, we don't have the 4th or the 7th. We don't have the Locrian or the Lydian. And that's what we were talking about before. The difference between caged and full modal is just the scale tone chords of the 4th and the 7th. So in pentatonic, we took the 4s and 7s out of here. Okay, so we wouldn't be able to get this 6-3 note. These two would warp over in the A shape. All right, but that doesn't mean you can't play caged from the A shape. Instead of C-A-G-E-D, it's A-G-E-D-C. A, okay, then G. It actually would start here. Mine's down tuned, so I got to get this chord. Okay, that's the G. So it's A, G, E. E, and then the D-shaped A is up here. The whole thing would be here, barred on the 2nd, which is B. That's why you see a 2 here in the key of A. Okay, in the key of A, B is the 2nd, so that would be starting on B. Now, what's interesting is this is if E is the 3rd, well, guess what? That's no longer the key of A. That's the key of C. So the 3rd, this note, all right, would be C sharp. C sharp, perfect 4th up. C sharp is F sharp. Perfect 4th F from up sharp is B. So that's why that looked wrong to me for a second. Sorry. Just